think they had to evacuate the building and everything. Sent the hotel guests along with convention attendees into the cold night. Many still dressed in their furry costumes.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most hilarious blunders on live news. Number 10, the wrong beavers.
That's right, check this out. It's a very curious beaver. A Maryland Sheriff's Office says they got a call from a local store saying the beaver was wreaking havoc in the Christmas section.
Our first blooper comes from the morning show, KJRH's 2 Works for You Today. The anchors discussed an adorable report about a beaver trashing a dollar store in Maryland. This caused anchor Daniel Wynn to crack a joke about how unusually cute this beaver was, at least compared to the ones he's seen.
Those little guys are cute and cuddly looking. The beavers I've seen are bigger.
And not.
Yeah, and they don't look as friendly, so I don't know. Maybe I've seen my beavers in the wrong place. Moving on.
All 3 anchors completely lose it. The team tries to segue into the weather segment, but the trio can't hold back their giggles.
Yeah, it's weather time. Let's yeah, this afternoon, not too bad. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Let's go to the maps. There we go. 56 this afternoon in Tulsa, 62 down toward McAllister.
They can barely even introduce the next story on therapy dogs because they're laughing so hard.
Anyway, well, today therapy dogs will be sworn in at the Rogers County Courthouse.
They will. We will let you know how they will work to help crime victims and children inside courtrooms.
Number 9, the ugliest dog contest.
Time for the annual World's Ugliest Dog Competition. Oh, my word! What happened to that?
This next report is discussing California's annual World Ugliest Dog Contest, which has been running since the 70s and can sometimes attract an audience of more than 20,000 people. The prize is an impressive $1,600 and a trip to New York City. As you might expect, some pretty hilarious-looking dogs compete. They're so funny that in this clip, we can see a pair of anchors break completely while reporting on the contest.
Sorry about that, folks. The winner gets $1,500. Organizers say it's not about making fun of the ugly job.
The priceless slideshow is played more than once, making you wonder if the crew just wanted to push the anchor to his limits.
Their mamas love them. Their mamas love them, and their owners love them too.
Number 8, messing up the microphones.
는 보통 단계를 유지하던 미세먼지 농도는 다음 주에는 최고 기록을 세울 것으로 예상됩니다.
Our next blooper comes all the way from South Korea, and though we may not understand the words, we get the gist of the situation. The first mistake is a comical voice crack from a reporter out in the city. Things go further downhill when they cut back to the studio. The anchor begins her next story but is rudely interrupted by the other reporter. She says something along the lines of, "Wow, my voice cracked." Unfortunately, the anchor is interrupted again immediately after. It's now a man's voice, telling the reporter off for not turning off her microphone.
네, 최고죠 이게 아니야. 네, 이런 미세먼지에 기관지가 불편하신 분들이 많으실 텐데요. 이럴 때 도움을 주는 것이 바로 도라지입니다.
The studio anchors can't take it, making the report nigh on impossible. It seems the editors realised this too, suddenly cutting away mid-laugh.
국민들에게 큰 도움을 줄 것으로 보입니다.
다음 뉴스를
Number 7, beaver fever?
The Washoe County Health Department warns us every year to avoid contact with any rodents, especially squirrels, marmots, mice, and chipmunks.
Our next blooper comes from back in the 80s. These reporters just couldn't keep it together while reporting on a plague epidemic. This isn't the Black Death that wiped out much of Europe, thankfully.
Now, they could be carrying disease fleas that can infect you or your pets with the plague. I have few precautions to take when out camping or picnicking. Don't feed the animals or leave any food out to tempt them.
Instead, it's likely to have been a parasite that was once known as beaver fever, since it tends to infect rodents. As our older viewers will know, beaver fever is a euphemism. It's so funny that the second anchor can't hold it together, despite the dark nature of his report.
If you spot an animal you suspect may carry the plague, report it to the health department right away.
You know, it's funny, we've been talking about this, and it's really a serious situation.
They never even once say beaver fever, but we assume that just the thought causes such chaos.
Right now, no one seems to know whether or not the truck driver was supposed to run over the inmate, since he was trying to... Excuse me. This is terrible. It happens once in a while. Bear with us, folks. It is live television. We're doing the very best we can.
Number 6, Grumpy Cat.
Are you happy to be doing this interview with the Today Show in Australia?
The celebrity tartar sauce, more commonly known as Grumpy Cat, has been a popular meme ever since first causing a sensation in 2012. An underbite and feline dwarfism combined to make her look grumpy constantly. Well, she was so famous that she was once interviewed on Australia's Today Show.
I'm going to ask you what you think of the politicians, our politicians, the leader of the country first. I'm going to ask you whether or not you like the Prime Minister, Kevin Rudd.
This was partly because of a new book about the cat, which immediately became a bestseller. The anchor, Karl Stefanovic, tries to play it deadpan, asking questions he knows won't be answered. Eventually, he loses it, cracking up completely at the kitten's priceless expression.
What about the opposition leader, Tony Abbott?
Grumpy Cat tragically died in 2019, only 7 years old. But her image is immortalised in pop culture.
All right, this has been good. I look forward to catching up with you when you get to Australia, okay? I gotta go now.
Number 5, Dyngus Day.
The quirky little rituals include boys sprinkling girls that they fancy with water, and the girls striking back with a tap from a pussy willow branch.
This was originally a Polish Christian holiday, traditionally held on Easter Monday. It's known as Poland's Water Fight Day, so if you're visiting during Easter, bring a raincoat. It's also observed in some Polish-American communities, notably in Buffalo, New York. In the States, its traditional customs have blended with American ones. One of its rituals, involving a certain type of branch, can be incredibly funny to an outsider's ears.
It's really so stupid.
Its name is also a side-splitter. It's so funny, Anderson Cooper could barely begin his report. Instead, he burst into laughter for a full minute, live on TV.
Just gotta let it out. Just gotta let it out.
Number 4, lightning recovery.
A Boise, Idaho woman is considered a medical miracle. Laura Esterman was struck by lightning nearly a month ago.
Our next blooper comes from a phenomenal story about a woman surviving a lightning strike. She wasn't expected to survive and even died at one point. Heroically, she pulled through, making an amazing, inspiring recovery. The news station recorded an interview with the lady, but somehow it got completely messed up. It's hilarious.
But she laid in a coma for 2 weeks, and then she defied all odds and woke up. Well, obviously, there was a problem with that tape. She doesn't really sound like that.
The anchor does a remarkable job of maintaining his composure, but we can hear the whole studio chuckle in the background. A final shot shows the other two anchors fighting an uphill battle to contain their giggling.
So sorry. Laura's learning to walk again after the lightning burned her legs. And we'll have more on that story and hopefully get that tape fixed for you.
Number 3, learning about furries.
The Chicago Tribune, 19 people were hospitalized at a furry convention in Illinois after what's being called an intentional leak of chlorine
What's
gas.
a furry convention?
Did I get that wrong?
Anthropomorphic animals have been a favourite of humans for at least 35,000 years. Numerous ancient Sumerian tales involve animals with human traits. Now, in the modern day, thousands of people worldwide carry on this tradition in the form of furries. The furry fandom is relatively new, with MSNBC presenter Mika Brzezinski learning about their existence live on TV. She finds it all too much and runs out of the studio dying of laughter.
We just told Mika what the convention was about.
Costumes kept everybody warm was the good news. The hotel was
Where you going?
Contaminated.
Hey!
Guests came back
Come
inside
back.
at 4.
Co-anchor Joe Scarborough has a hard time containing his giggles, and the third must know about furries already, since he's the only one competently reporting.
She just learned something. Learned something important about this
She
world.
just learned something that we all wish we didn't know.
Number 2, Chris P. Bacon. Our next blooper comes from a story about an inspiring pig, with one of the most memorable pig names in history, Chris P. Bacon.
Now to the story of a pig that is inspiring others. One pot-bellied pig has certainly endured his share of problems. Chris P. Bacon was born without the use of his
A local channel ended their newscast with a wholesome story about the pig, who has no back legs and needs a custom piggy wheelchair. When reporter Robert Bradfield read his name, it's impossible to maintain composure. He even asks his co-worker Tori Shaw to read the story for him.
Yeah, you have to read this story.
Unsurprisingly, Shaw was equally hysterical, leaving no one to finish the report. Bradfield was worried he'd be getting a telling off, but thankfully, no one minded.
We cannot. Oh my God.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. I So Pale. The anchor makes this peculiar observation, failing to realise she's on air.
I so pale.
You're on it.
Today, snow is crippling much of the Washington lowlands. 1 of 3 inches of snow fell in Seattle and other areas.
Hamster mugshot. The editors confused a hamster for a criminal.
Back in June of 2000, the possible suspect, Rodney Stanger, seen here. Well, no, this is not Rodney Stanger, obviously.
Middle finger on air. This weatherman didn't realise he was live.
All the detail you could possibly want. I've just seen Thomas Schaffenacker preparing for it, so I'm not entirely...
Oh!
Every now and then there's always one mistake. That was it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, the sketchy sketch.
We're asking people to be on the lookout for a man who robbed a store. And I think we do have his description. Can we take that?
Police sketches are usually drawn by trained artists, with hand drawing being the FBI's preferred method. Well, it seems not all of them are trained, as proven by this police sketch. As soon as it's shown to the anchor, you can see his battle to contain his laughter. He does a pretty good job, but loses it when they reveal the criminal's real appearance.
Oh, and now I'm getting word that police actually caught this guy. Thanks to the sketch, no doubt. So, here's a picture of the real guy next to the sketch that led to his arrest.
Where's the pointy chin?
It's uncanny, Lisa.
Now that's a frame of news that should be remembered forever. We even hear his co-anchor struggling to hold it together. It's that funny. To this day, it remains a mystery how this sketch helped catch the perpetrator.
And I say give that sketch artist a raise.
This wouldn't be so funny, except it's a real sketch.
That was actually the sketch that the police sent out to the good folks in Lancaster. And, hey, to their credit,
They've got him.
they came through.
Okay.
Minus the hat.
What's your favourite news blooper of all time? Let us know in the comments.
Lee has managed to lose 1 pound in 6 weeks. Stay with us, everybody. We've got a lot more to go.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.